let's jump right into it. I just went to an antique shop around the corner from me, and I picked up some good dollar books, and we're going to talk right about it. And as you can see, there's a nice key here, and there's some other books. There's a nice another key I'm going to show off at the end, and some other great stuff in between. So make sure you stick around. Drop a like, drop a subscription if you haven't already. Helps the algorithm. But let's start off with this great key issue. Obviously, no need for an introduction. There's Scott Lang's Ant-Man for $1. I mean, look, it's a little loved. It's got a stain on it, but for $1, why the hell not? And this is so. The funny story with this is a buddy of mine had texted me, or he called me later on. He's like, "Hey, this antique store has comics, and he's got great deals. I found this book for $1." I'm like, "Oh man." And he's like, I think I'm the first guy here. You should come tomorrow when they open. You'll probably be the second guy because it was closed at that point. And he says, but, I got there right when they opened, and I turned the corner, and boom, I see the setup, and I'm like, I know that guy. So shout out to New Jersey Comic Stop, John, and good dude, good buddy of mine, good dealer friend, and he's always got great deals. So I picked up a massive stack of books off of him. So normally I don't shout out where I'm picking up stuff, especially when it comes to antique stores. But for him, you guys should go check it out. Now, we're gonna keep it trugging along. Spawn 47. Any newsstands, this had a couple takes, but any newsstand spawns I always buy for $1. There was another one that had like a tear by the staple that was too low grade. It was like a Spawn 26, too early number, too low grade. But it was a newsstand. I'm sure somebody's going to buy it and be very happy with it. There's actually a big stack of books I put back that were still great deals, and somebody should pick it up and be very happy with it. But X-Men 92 number 1, or X-Men Adventures number 1, first appearance of Morph, especially with this 92 revival coming around. This is a great time to pick that book up. Iron Man 100, classic, centennial issue. And 115, because why not? It was there. It was staring at me. It had to go home with somebody. And that somebody was me. Then we've got first key appearance of John Walker. As you know, U.S. agent from Falcon Winter Soldier. And then there's his first full appearance in a newsstand. Also, this is that anniversary border that everybody loves. Because it's awesome. Classic Marvel goodness. Cap 275, first Zemo. What is that at that point? That's the third Zemo, I guess. Third Zemo. He's the one, though. He's Helmet Zemo. He's the purple mask guy. He's the Zemo that everybody knows and loves. Then we got Cap 181, just because it's a 25-cent cap for $1. That was pretty sharp looking. Why not? 193 is first Fireboard bird in continuity. So, for $1, I'll take that. I'll grab another copy. Sasha Tales 34, great George Perez, Deathlock goodness. And Marvel Comics Presents number 1. Normally I won't pick this book up, but this is a really, really clean copy. 9.8 candidate copy. From what I remember, I didn't see anything wrong with it. 9.6, 9.8 for sure. Anything it's a 9.8. I'm not going to send it, but for $1, I was going to pick it up nonetheless. But I'm not keeping all this stuff. I got to, I can't keep it all. Hobby's got to fund itself. Then we got 2 copies of West Coast Avengers 46, first appearance of the Great Lake Avengers. 2 copies there. One's a newsstand, one's a direct. I'm sorry, no, they're both directs. Okay, one's like a 9.8, one's like a 9.0 probably. Maybe 9.4, actually. I don't know. Good. I'm not sending it. X Factor 24, Archangel, great book, newsstands. My second copy picked up this month. Last one was it. If you checked out my video, my mail call video, check that out. That dropped recently. Got a white thumbnail, easy to find. Check that out. I just picked up one of those off of Evan Shim. And some other great Golden Age goodness. And some more stuff off of Costa, believe it or not. Funny enough. Weird how that works out. Tales of Green Lantern Corps number 2. First, Necron. This is a great, super slept on Green Lantern key. This is a awesome villain, classic villain. I definitely think we're going to get Blackest Night in the future. This is a book to keep an eye out for, especially in those dollar bins. Detective Comics number 500. I already have one of these, but again, for $1. Why not? Anniversary, numbering issue, like milestone issue, whatever you want to call it. So, cool pickup. That's one I don't need to keep. Then we got another 2 guys with direct and a newsstand. First appearance of Anarchy Detective Comics 608. 2 copies there. First Anarchy, great Batman villain, super underloved book. I mean, there's a lot of these out there. I'm not saying this should be a $20, $30 book, but for $1, I'm gonna pick it up. Talking about my dog barking in the background. We got FF209, Visit 4209, first appearance of Herbie. If you've ever seen the old cartoon, the Human Torch was replaced with Herbie because they were afraid kids were going to light themselves on fire. Ridiculous. But great character. And they introduced him in the comics with kicks, I guess. Green Lantern 141. Normally, I wouldn't pick this book up because it's fairly rough. I mean, it's a good dollar buy, but I probably would have passed on it. But I actually don't have a copy. So this is my placeholder of the first Omega Men. Great book there. I definitely think it's another bit of a slept-on group of characters. Obviously, they're known for Mega Man 3 First Lobo. Will never surpass that. But very cool characters. Definitely something I can see James Gunn using, but characters that I like. Iron Man 225. First appearance of the Armor Wars story. First issue of the Armor Wars story. Another newsstand. Really nice. Beautiful. Most of these books are in really, really great condition. Gorgeous copies. Or they have, like, one noticeable defect. That's why they're $1. You know? So, good, pickable, sellable stuff. But this is a, cool little book. I know they get the Armor Wars movie. Who cares? But it's a good buy at $1. Really clean copy. We got the Justice League 167 and 168. This is the story of the JSA versus the Supervillain Society. So, great story. I actually don't have these issues. I've been wanting to pick these up to give them a read. And so, there it is. This one I was put back because it has a couple smudges on it, but I think they're really easily cleanable. There's one by foot. There's one on the title. Other than that, it's a pretty nice copy. It's got a little nick up in the top corner, but whatever. I'm a little anal sometimes. Half-White 33, new standard edition. First appearance of Lady Deathstrike. Still, great book. And again, for $1. Why not? Weird War Tales, number 117, starring the Creature Commandos. There's another Creature Commandos issue there, but I didn't need a third copy of it, but I'll pick that one up because I actually don't have the one. And I like the Creature Commandos. When I was a kid, I got a box of comics that were my dad and my uncle's when they were a kid. There was a lot of like bad magazines in there and some nonsense stuff, but there was that, I don't know if I have it on my wall anymore. I did at some point. But it's that classic cover where there's like a big stone swastika and they're all like jumping out. And I was like, man, there's, Army, Frankenstein, and a werewolf, and obviously Dracula. And I was like, this is awesome. And I was hooked on the Creature Commandos. So I've always picked them up ever since. But that movie's coming out at the end of the year. Does anybody care? I don't know. It'll be the first of the James Gunn stuff, but I'm excited. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm optimistic about it. X-Men 53, First Onslaught, another great book. Got a ticket to one there, but still a high-grade copy. Then there's another one. There was two of them. I put one back. But I took the newsstand that has, the direct was really clean. This has two minor ticks. But again, I'm just being anal. Defenders 125, first appearance of the new Defenders. Also, first appearance of a new character, and I'm blanking on who it is. Wait, no, I don't think it's First Gargoyle, is it? No, that's not First Gargoyle. No, it's not first. It's first New Defenders. Great book. Great dollar bin book. Another one that I think is kind of fun to pick up. Keep an eye out in those dollar bins. Also, the New Defenders lineup is spectacular. Great read. If you haven't already, go check it out. Because I like the Defenders, and they worked for a while. But the relaunch and the new team, spot on. And here's another one that I actually picked up for myself. And that's got a small little stain on it. And it's got a little bit of foxing. Or not foxing, really. Like, I guess tanning at the top. But something again, can be worked on. Micronauts number 1. Newsstand. But I'm a big Micronauts fan. If you've seen my toy videos, I've got a shit ton of Micronauts. I went a little Micronauts crazy last year. But I have a chunk of the comics, but I don't have number 1. No, I do. So I don't know how I don't have number 1. I see them all the time. I've just always waited to find it for $1, and I guess it's eluded me. Now it hasn't. Uncanny X-Men 248. This is first Jim Lee work on the X-Men title. I don't think it's his first work at Marvel. I think it's just his first work on the title, if I'm not maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's first Jim Lee art. I can't remember. It's at least first Jim Lee with the X-Men. Great book. Gorgeous cover. I've always loved the pink. I feel like the pink really works with that book. Then we got Green Lantern 51, Great Kyle Rayner key issue, newsstand. I was looking for DC Universes. I didn't notice any when I was there. There could be some in there, but I was looking. I didn't notice any. But still, great book. Saw more 49s and 50s, but I don't think I need any more. Animaniacs number 1. This is another slept-on book. There's a couple expensive Animaniacs books. That's a newsstand. I don't know if the number 1's worth much. I'm not sure, actually. I don't recall. But there's a couple of books, and there's the Jurassic Park cover, and there's a couple other ones that are, usually a couple bucks. Here's the only book I spent more than $1 on. This was $3, and usually a $3 book, I'm like, I'm a little shaky on that. But it was what is this? 252. FF 252. Now, you're probably thinking, what is this? Just a novelty landscape book? No. There's something important to this book. that I shouldn't be showing YouTube, but plenty of other guys have shown YouTube, and you probably already know what it is. It also comes with the tattoos. Now, if you're professional or even amateur, you probably know that First Hobgoblin comes with these tattoos, and there's a big price difference if the tattoos are in there or the tattoos aren't in there. Now, if you can look through the light, hard to tell. There are tattoos in there. It's not just the slip. The tattoos are in the slip. So the thing is, this book has a little bit of value to it because I'm not saying I do, but people pick up tattoo lists. Not 250. 250. No, First Hobgoblins. They pick up not 252. The black suit. They pick up First Hobgoblins, and they swap the tattoos with these. If they get open up the staple, swap them. I'm just saying, some people do that. Add some value to the book. To me, it's not a bad idea. Especially because the price difference with and without tattoos is pretty massive. Doctor Strange 18, great 30-cent Doctor Strange book from that second volume. Why not? Omega the Unknown, #1. Normally, I probably would have passed on this, but for some reason, I was just really feeling it. And I think I have one of these already, but I wanted another one. I don't know why. It's a Pence variant also. Not that matters. I don't know. I just wanted to buy it. Then we have a couple of 25-cent Defenders that are really, really clean. I mean, these are really nice copies. I took the pick of the litter. There's other really nice copies there as well. But we got issue 30, 33, and 34. I don't think there's any real significance to any of these that I recall offhand. There might be something minor with 34, I think. Not that I recall offhand, but still very cool nonetheless. And then we've got Transformers 53 now. Some of the later Transformers stuff is really tough. The newsstands are tough, although I don't really subscribe to the whole paying more for a newsstand thing. This has, a couple of ticks on it that are slightly noticeable. It's got 3 ticks. But this is, if I'm not mistaken, a gorgeous Jim Lee cover. And I don't think he did very much, if anything else, for the Transformers run. So that's a great buy. Another underloved book. And some of those Transformers books can get pretty tough. I mean, he ended it to, last issue 80? Really tough. That range is really tough. But I don't see the 50s every day. Then I got a couple of the Punisher Volume 1 stuff. The 1985 run. So we've got issue 3. And these are really, really clean copies. I mean, these are gorgeous copies. No color breaking ticks. I don't think. Well, I think the 5 is 1 color breaking tick. So I got three issues there. Do I have these already? Maybe. I don't know. But for $1, they were gorgeous copies. I picked them up. And keeping with the Punisher thing, Punisher Annual #2 is the first meeting and battle of Moon Knight and the Punisher. This was like a $20, $25 book at some point. It's come way down, but it's still worth more than $1, and enough that where it's probably worth picking up in the dollar bins. If it's a $2 book in the dollar bin, might not be a big deal. But I think it's still a $10 book, 10, maybe 12. But, I mean, if you got $5 to $10 for it, you're probably doing pretty good. Either way, it's a cool book. I pick them up all the time. I just impulsively buy them, which, for the better or the worse, I don't know. I'm going to put it in the basement with the other copies. Punisher World Trigger #7. Now, this is one that's a little bit underloved. And again, I'm not saying these are rare books. They're not. I don't think any of these are rare books. But if that was a $25 book, and this has really was only been a $5 book, but Punisher and Wolverine's first meeting and first battle, I think that's a little bit more important than Moon Knight and Punisher, in my opinion. I think there's more of a duo there, but what do I know? I'm just the guy on YouTube who has some comic books with dogs barking in the background. Haven't had to cut a video in a while from about dogs, but oh well. It's not, I don't know if I covered this one already. Astonishing Tales #14. Nothing particularly special about this book, but it was a 20-cent book. It wasn't too dinged up. It was the best copy that was there. I mean, it's not perfect, but for $1, I'm a Kazar fan, and I think I needed that one. If not, it's very sellable. X-Men 150. Classic issue. Great read. Gorgeous copy. I have a couple of these. I've sold a bunch of these before. I don't know how many I have at the moment. I don't know if I have more than one at the moment. But I know I have more than one, at least. Sandman #2. Second Dream. And this is the first appearance in that, actually. God, I don't remember who it is. But there's something to it, I do believe. But for $1, I'll buy any Sandman issues, realistically, especially if they're pre-20. I know the back had a couple spine ticks, but the front presents pretty well. There's a couple spine ticks there. Not a 9.8. Not a 9.6. Not a 9.4. But for $1, I am not complaining. And then we're around the holding off I got $47 books and a $3 book. So $50. And here by number 1, the comic pack reprint. Now, it could use a press, but it's actually not fucked. There's no color breaking ticks. There's a little bit of residue on it. No, it's on the back. No, there's nothing wrong with this book. It's a little waved from sitting in the package, as all these comic reprints usually are. And so, for $1, how are you going to beat that? I mean, there's some value to that book. And again, it's going to press out, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Sorry about that. Anyway, and number 1, great book, comic pack reprint. It's a good pickup for $1. I'm not mad. And again, it's going to press out pretty quick with that little bit of a waviness to it. It's going to press out. It's going to be just fine. It's going to be flat. It's going to be all right. It's a minor book. They're really easy to press. So, I'm pretty happy with that. I've been picking up Alien Empires a lot recently. Not that long ago, if you scroll back, I did a video. There's like Star Wars comics at a flea market. If I remember, I'll throw it up here. And I picked up a first print newsstand for $1. Plus, I already have one of these. I already had 2 directs, I think. 1 or 2 directs that I picked them all in the last, year or so. So, I've been on fire finding these, really. And again, I mean, look, this isn't a first print. This isn't a newsstand. But, I'm so happy to find it. It's got good value to it for $1. And it's a really nice I mean, again, there's no color breaks on it. It just has that little bit of waviness from the way it sits in the package. Because all those comic pack of that era with the 4-inch figures they're all fucked. But I'm happy to have it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Follow me here on Facebook and Instagram for more daily content. Give John a follow. He's on a bunch of stuff. He's on Instagram and Facebook, and he's got a website. Go check him out. Go buy some books. Spend some money with him. I got a one night coming up, I think. If I have a date, I'll throw it up here. If I don't have a date, okay. Anyway, but like I said, follow me here on Facebook and Instagram for more daily content. I post stuff on here every single day. I got the YouTube Shorts coming up all the time. Pretty much every day, YouTube Shorts going up. Once or twice a week is a full-length video, Wednesdays and sometimes Saturdays, almost always Saturdays. Rarely do I skip a Saturday or Sunday. Sunday? I think I post Sundays. I don't even know when I post. But, and then Facebook and Instagram, I do a series called Tales from the Hunt where I talk about going out and looking for this stuff, people I run into, stuff I didn't buy, stories I got. So, overall, there's a lot of content coming out all the time. All of it's linked out in the description. Until next time, peace.